For the past few weeks now, there's also been a scam attempt going around on our Discord with different accounts that look very similar to my original account. What's going on there? What exactly is being scammed? What's the trick? I'll show you all that in this video. So, there are a few accounts, maybe some of them already got banned again, but they look like my original account, either way, more or less. And of course, that's not my real account, let alone this thing up here, or this one here, or this one right here. None of that has anything to do with my account. That's not me. So if you get messages from some random account, which is usually also quite new, that's obviously not my account. And of course, I'm not the one messaging you. And the reason you're being messaged, that makes the whole thing even more absurd. Congratulations, you've won? Yeah, right. As if there wouldn't be a video about it, a live stream, or a public announcement if there was some kind of giveaway. So no, you didn't just randomly win something without hearing anything about it or without even taking part in anything. I mean, did you enter a giveaway? Probably not. So yeah, that pretty clearly shows this whole thing is obviously a scam. But this isn't about blaming anyone. It's not about calling people out like, wow, how could you fall for that, you idiot? Because the trick is extremely elaborate, super complex, and seriously sneaky. And we're going to take a closer look at all of it now. How does the whole thing work? Step by step, so that you know what to look out for, and ideally, so you can warn others too. So first off, those fake accounts should be easy to spot. Make sure to check. Where is the message coming from? Is it a brand new account? Click on the profile. Just right-click the name, go to the profile and have a look at it. Even if the profile has amazing, flashy links in it, that still doesn't make it the real deal. My profile does have some of those links too, but of course my account wasn't just made in July 25th. It's been around for a few years. That's already a big clue. And then of course, we have the name. The thing up there is the display name, but the real account name, that's listed separately. And that account name always differs from the original in some way. Sometimes it's an underscore, like YouTube. Sometimes it's a dot in between, or maybe a dot in the front, or another dot somewhere else. So yeah, there are tons of different ways they try to copy the original name. Probably because a lot of those fake accounts already got banned, so they just can't recreate the exact same one again. And the trick, it always runs the same way. This exact message, exactly the way it's written here, I've already seen it multiple times from tons of different players. Let's take a look. It always starts with the same thing. Hi, how are you? What's your name? How old are you? They're obviously trying to build trust quickly. And since you probably already have a basic level of trust in me as a person, well, that makes it a lot easier for them. Because if the old guy whispers to you, well, you usually answer, right? And maybe you're even excited that you got a message. And that makes it even more sneaky and obviously more dangerous. Because this works really well when it's based on trust. Then it moves into small talk. How long have you been watching? And honestly, what you answer there doesn't even matter that much. And then it gets a bit weird. Wow, that's amazing. I hope you guys like the videos. And you start wondering, wait, who's you guys? Then the scammers start putting on pressure. They want to keep the user engaged, keep them in contact. And the next line, that's just absolutely wild. The reason for this honor is that you've been selected as one of the winners in my weekly giveaway. Congratulations. Yeah, what a hilariously bad sentence. It literally couldn't sound any worse, but that's exactly what it says, word for word. Then, thanks for all your lovely support over the years. I truly appreciate it. My management and I will be giving away lots of packages, like a gaming PC, a MacBook Air, the Suicide Squad game, a TV, and many more. But you have to pick a number from a set of random numbers they show you, and I'll send you the item from the number you picked. An absolutely insane thing. So once you've kind of skimmed over the whole thing and you think to yourself, wow, awesome dude, I've actually won something. Then of course, These numbers show up here and you go ahead and choose your lucky number, and just like that, you've obviously won. Unbelievable. That's fantastic. And look at all the stuff you've won. That's insane. You won a PS5 and a MacBook Air too. Yeah, come on now, dude. 2 things at once? That's seriously, seriously wild. By that point, I had already seen the whole thing quite a few times, with loads of messages from players saying, something's not right here. But still, this isn't about exposing anyone or saying, oh man, how dumb can you be? How can you fall for that? It's just about raising awareness that this kind of thing exists. Online, it's just way too easy to scam someone. And I have to say, maybe RF4 is actually a place where a lot of players hang out who maybe aren't that internet savvy and might fall for stuff like this a bit more easily. Then, of course, it doesn't stop there, because now the whole scam still needs to be wrapped up. Just offering a fake gift and getting someone excited, that's just the first sneaky step. The next one is locking it all in. And that's where things get a bit more complicated. Now the scammers need an address. So you're asked to enter your full address, including your email address. That part will be needed later. Then it goes on with, please stay active while I process your information and your package. And then it's, congratulations, your information has been successfully processed. Note, you only pay for the shipping. Oh well, can't be that much, right? It's just shipping. You can pay that real quick. Or, shipping costs 50 euros. Your package will arrive in 2 days. And even here, the way it's written gets totally crazy. The grammar and spelling are just wild. And then it says the delivery service, the parcel company, will tell you how you can pay. And the best way to pay would be with a Steam card, a freaking Steam card. And the nasty part about Steam cards is the code can be used literally anywhere. And that makes it super convenient for the scammers. Because that Steam code, you can just use it anywhere. And there's no way to trace it. What code was it? Who had it? Who bought it? It's all completely hidden. And so the user doesn't drop out here and there. The scammer adds even more pressure. Just go to the gas station. You can get the Steam card there. You can buy it in store or at a gas station. Sounds a bit off, right? Don't you just use that on Steam? Yeah, exactly. It's only for Steam. And then it keeps going. Pick it up at the gas station so I can send it to FedEx to process the package. Yeah, and that's where they ramp up the pressure even more. In this case, the user only manages to get to the gas station the next day. So the scammer responds to that, but they go a step further. They wake the user up at 9 a.m. and then try again at 10:50 a.m. So they're already applying serious pressure again. Then it's like, do I scratch the card and send the code? Yes. Scratch the card and send over the code. Then the codes get sent, one from a 20 euro card and one from a 30 euro card. And now the email address comes into play. This is where it gets really nasty. Now they say, I just got a response from FedEx. Check your emails. FedEx is sending you a message. And if by that point you've already thought like 5 times, oh crap, is this actually real? Then suddenly you get an email from FedEx. Lots of white space. And I'm not even sure if you can see everything here, but at least it says, hello from FedEx. We need to deliver a package to the user. And that includes the user's real name. A package from Feierabend, spelled wrong of course, Feierabend TV. If you are the correct person, please reply with yes. Then you type in your yes. Your payment has been confirmed and your package will arrive tomorrow. And then the next day, you suddenly get another email. And this one says, hello, I have an update. My logistics manager has confirmed your payment. Your package was held back before shipping. You need to pay the insurance fee. And here we go again. Your package was held at our distribution center due to missing insurance fees. Once the insurance is paid, we can deliver your package and you can pick it up successfully. To pay the insurance fee, please reply to this SMS. How much? Yeah, and at the latest by this point, it all starts to feel really heavy. And also just super strange because suddenly you're supposed to pay again. And we can also see here that even here, there was an attempt to actually call the user directly when there was no immediate reaction. So yeah, it was literally rung through just for a few seconds, simply to maybe trigger a notification on Discord, and so that things would quickly move forward again. Yeah, and that's honestly the absolute worst part, because it ends up hitting users. It ends up hitting people from the community who just really don't have much cash. In the worst case, they're living on welfare, completely relying on every single cent. And then, of course, they're super happy when they finally get something really cool as a gift. Maybe even finally have a bit of luck in life, and then something like this happens. And then it's all blown up even more, with scams like this, and with pictures like this one here. A photo of a subscriber who supposedly received whatever it was yesterday. This whole scam, it's absolutely vile. And still, they try to squeeze out another 120 euros for insurance. We can see that right up here in this part. And when it's like, how am I supposed to pay 120 euros? From what money? Damn it, I just paid 50 euros and now another 120. Where is that supposed to come from? Then the message at the top turns into, well, okay, then next time. We don't want any stress here. Please don't let it stress you out. This isn't supposed to put pressure on anyone. Maybe at some point in the future, another opportunity will come around. Until then, just really cool that you're part of it and supporting the channel. That's the kind of thing they write. And then he rightly writes back, yeah, and where did my 50 euros go now? And then the next reply again, completely off the mark. Hey, that was really beautifully said. Thanks for that. I feel the same way. Honesty is everything to me. That's the most important thing, because that's the only way I can scam people properly. If there's something weighing on you, or if you're uncomfortable about the 120 euros, just say it. Seriously, no problem. We'll figure it out. It's not about the money. It's about making it feel fair and right for both sides. You're not just a number here. You're part of the community. And that's what matters most to me. If I ever write something like that without puking into my own mouth, please unsubscribe from this channel. Yeah, and then it goes on. Back and forth. Here again, they try to get even more money. And again, they try to push to at least get part of the remaining amount paid. Then they go, okay, let's agree on 50 euros, just another 50, and I'll cover the rest. And just like that, the next Steam voucher or the next 2 Steam codes change hands again. Yeah. And then apparently the very next thing is another email. You must pay $200 in customs fees within 48 hours, or the package will be permanently confiscated by customs. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. It really can't get more insane than that. First, it's the shipping fees, then the insurance, and now, of course, you also have to pay customs. Naturally. And of course, it keeps getting more expensive, because once you've already paid the first part, once you've already sent some money, the next payment doesn't feel quite as hard. Yeah, and even the user now slowly suspects this isn't exactly legit, that this is actually a complete scam, and that the 100 euros are probably gone. And still, they keep trying to keep up the show, that there's something wrong with FedEx, that it just needs to be sorted out. Yeah, again, huge thanks to the user for being so brave and just saying it on stream. Dude, what the hell is going on? I'll send you everything. I got totally scammed. Like I said, this isn't about blaming the victims or saying, how can someone be such an idiot? It happens all the time. These scams are getting more and more complex, more and more insidious, especially when they try to gain your trust through multiple channels. And of course, that basic trust is already somewhat there. You've known me, or at least my logo, for a while now. And when you get a message like that, the basic trust is already there. So you're more likely to read the message. You're more likely to reply. And once you start replying, that's when it gets dangerous. Because in the worst case, you're already giving out info. The first question was, "What's your name and how old are you?" And from there it went straight into, "Thanks. You've won something. Pick out something nice." And suddenly it's something super expensive, and maybe then you're willing to pay the shipping. Or, so important, stay alert. Share this video. Spread the word that this exists. I've already heard from other streamers and seen it that different kinds of scams are going around. Not just this exact one, but others too. Stuff like people collecting donations, so yeah, all kinds of scamming going on right now. One thing's for sure, no streamer is just going to randomly DM you and say, "Congrats, you've just won something." Always look carefully at messages on Discord. Where are they coming from? And ideally, set your Discord privacy settings properly. Devilis explained that again in our Discord, in the general chat. How to do it. How to set your privacy so you don't just get random messages from strangers. That alone protects your account massively, just by setting your account up properly. The link to our Discord is below this video. Feel free to check it out. You'll also find that post in the general chat, or just ask in the chat how to set it up best. If this helped you, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, it really helps me a lot. And then I'll see you in the next video where it's all about fishing again in Russian Fishing 4. Until then, Petri Hail.